Let's get back to the example we examined in previous episodes while we were explaining the meaning of event sourcing. To recap, we had an application that people used to sign up and purchase stuff, which was actually this application was using a database of some sort to store people's products and purchases data. Let's assume that a new requirement is asked to find the relations between people and suggest buying stuff that their relatives have been bought recently. We could prepare that report for a handful of people by, of course, using multi-joins, filterings, groupings, and sortings of our tables. But doing that for, say, a million people will not be feasible in a relational database, no matter how much the query, indexes, and table structures are optimized. On the other hand, using a special type of NoSQL database and storing only the people names and specifying their relations between them, like being father or friend, in a form of a graph structure rather than tables, the query could be made instantaneously for a billion people. As another example, a portion of the data, like people's nationalities, are stored in a form of tree structure, like B star trees or B plus trees, that are only suited for indexing and finding stuff faster. So as you can see, and as Greg Young puts it, all databases suck and all data structures suck. But each of them are perfect and suitable for special requirements, and a mix of them should be used for every project. This aspect of data and structuring it into multiple shapes and persisting them into multiple data storages is referred to as polyglot data or polyglot persistence. To elaborate on that, relational databases with designed third normal form tables may only be suitable for writing and transaction purposes, but they suck at generating reports, which could be done instantaneously with a first normal form table for each report actually, and which is clustered into multiple nodes thanks to a NoSQL document database sitting there ready to be fetched without the need for a million joins plus ordering and groupings. Or using an in-memory key-value NoSQL database like Redis could help with optimizing the performance in finding some reports that are mission critical. You might argue that it is none of event sourcing's business to have multiple persistence for multiple purposes simultaneously, and you could transform and save data in the appropriate structure into each of these technologies upon updating your relational database, maybe inside a single transaction. Well, first off, coordinating a single global transaction between multiple databases and technologies is impossible. And if not, you have to lock everything down for a long period of time to do the write transactionally and roll back from all of them upon failure. Second, adding a new form and structure or persistence technology midway the project when you have already gigabytes of data is impossible, because you might have lost some data that was only suited for this special kind of structure. Even if you had old data, it would be truly impossible to coordinate transforming the old data into new structure while some new data is being added to the table, which again could be possible by freezing the application and preventing new data from being added. But imagine how the business might react to the freezing, for example, for 2 days idea. They might say that stopping for even 1 hour cost a lot more than what they what that new persistence and structure will enable to gain. And this is not an option actually. The event sourcing, like any other type of data, needs a special kind of storage for storing event and stream data structure, which itself is another reason for polyglot theory. But with the fine-grained event, which is an immutable data indicating of some happening in the past, and with the event streams, of course, which is a special structure, which preserves the sequentiality and timing and order aspect of those happenings, seems that we have got some base structure that could enable other structures. So, upon introducing a new data structure for a special purpose, all they have to do is to subscribe to the new stream of events from the beginning and apply the logic to create the new structure, starting from the first event in the history and catch up with the new events happening in the meantime.